They all tell you the same thing. Don't mess with a taken woman. But guess what? That's what weak men say as an excuse for their lack of game. For you, you think differently. You think about the challenge, the thrill, and the satisfying payoff when you win. It's an opportunity for you to flex your Shogun Method skills and prove that there's no woman you can't get single or attached. As any brother Shogun will tell you, a woman with a boyfriend isn't off limits. To some, an attached woman is the ultimate prize. Is it right? Maybe not. But cucking a beta is exhilarating. And it's not just about ego. You'll also do the woman a favor. I mean, she's stuck with a wimp, and deep down, she longs to be saved. Women don't stay loyal to mediocrity forever. Not when they crave a connection with a truly masculine man. Not some chamomile tea sipping and poodle walking soy boy. That's where you come in. And no, this isn't about being her rebound or side fling. It's about showing her she's been settling for scraps when she could have the whole feast. This isn't fantasy, it's science, hardcore psychology, and it starts with the boyfriend-destroyer sequence. But before we get into the details, let's dig into reasons why her relationship is ripe for destruction. And here's what you need to know. Most relationships don't fall apart because of some dramatic betrayal or a blowout fight. They crumble slowly, under the weight of boredom and neglect. Soon, she realizes the bitter truth. Her boyfriend is not the knight in shining armor she thought he was. He's a guy who got comfortable, complacent, and clueless over time. Meanwhile, she's waking up every morning and wonder, is this it? Is this all there is? How did I get suckered into this? You've probably already met this woman. She's the woman who lights you up when she talks to you, only to hit you with the dreaded, "I've got a boyfriend." Most non-shoguns will lose their composure at this point, thinking it's game over. Shoguns, of course, know the better. A woman mentioning her boyfriend is usually a sign she's vulnerable to seduction, a subconscious cry for help. Women talk about their boyfriends because they're seeking confirmation. They want to know if what they have is worth keeping, or if there's something better out there. And it's a chance for you to show you're the better option for her. But here's the question. How do you persuade a woman to dump her boyfriend for you? Here's the thing. You can't just tell her. Women don't operate on logic like men. They operate on emotion. This is why most non-shoguns fail. They think they can win her over by being nicer or more understanding than the boyfriend. What they don't realize is that niceness doesn't work. What works is a deep psychological mindfuck that catches her completely off guard. And that's exactly what the boyfriend-destroyer sequence delivers. This isn't some cheesy pickup line or manipulative trick. This is Shogun Method, the ultimate system for emotional and psychological control. If you're familiar with fractionation, you already know the power of emotional highs and lows. It's an irresistible rollercoaster ride for women, one they simply can't walk away from. The boyfriend-destroyer sequence takes the same principle and turns it into a surgical strike on a woman's psyche. You're not just creating attraction, you're dismantling the competition. This isn't just seduction, it's complete, utter domination. And you can make it all happen in 3 simple steps. I hope you're ready, because you're getting the entire boyfriend-destroyer sequence in its full glory. Step 1 in the boyfriend-destroyer sequence is to amplify dissatisfaction. Start by magnifying the cracks in her relationship. You want her to realize how crappy the boyfriend is, like she signed up for a bad deal. But here's the thing. Don't go in guns blazing. Subtlety is key. You don't want to be obvious about this at all. To be subtle, simply ask her innocent questions that plant seeds of doubt. For example, say, "Do you think he really understands you?" Or, "What's the one thing you wish he did differently?" You shouldn't badmouth or insult the boyfriend. That's the amateur mistake clueless non-shoguns make. Instead, you should simply provide hints to nudge her to arrive at the conclusion herself. Remember, you're not the antagonist. You're the mirror reflecting her own dissatisfaction with her boyfriend. Again, be subtle so you don't trigger her alarm bells. Once the cracks are visible, go on the second step of the boyfriend-destroyer sequence. Position yourself as the upgrade, not only as a sexual partner, but the gateway to a brighter, happier future. If you have access to the Shogun Method program, look for the future projection routine. Use it to hypnotize her to imagine what life could be like once she has left her boyfriend to be with you. For example, say, "There's so much we can do together, so many places to go, so many exciting adventures. Imagine we can get away from it all and do whatever we like without a care." I think relationships should be about growth. Supporting each other's dreams is important. Sticking with what we have is so boring. You should go after what you want. Life's too short to settle. Paint a vivid picture of the life she could have with you. The more vivid her imagination is, the stronger the desire she'll have to leave him behind. And when she's full of dissatisfaction with her boyfriend, an imaginative desire to be with you, it's time to seal the deal. This is where fractionation comes into play. This is where you create emotional highs and lows that bind her to you on a primal level. One moment, make her laugh so hard her sides hurt. The next, share something deeply personal that pulls her into your world. Push and pull, advance and retreat. Compliment her, then tease her. Build tension, then release it. Before she knows it, she's hooked. Be unpredictable. Keep her guessing. Compliment her 1 second, then challenge her the next. For example, say, "You've got this amazing energy, but I don't think you've fully tapped into it yet." She'll chase the validation, filling the gaps you've intentionally left open. And when she chases you, keep running. And before you know it, she'll stick the knife into her relationship and turn up at your door with champagne and flowers to celebrate. If that sounds far-fetched to you at this moment, I don't blame you. But I urge you to give the Boyfriend Destroyer sequence a trial run and see for yourself. Once you've tasted the power of Shogun Method, you'll never turn back. I guarantee you. Let's recap the 3 steps of the Boyfriend Destroyer sequence. First, you amplify her dissatisfaction. You make her see what's missing. Then, you position yourself as the upgrade, the man she's been waiting for. Finally, you trigger her emotional vulnerability, binding her to you through the power of fractionation. Remember, this isn't luck. Like everything else in Shogun Method, it's pure hardcore psychology, and that's why it works. Now, here's the deal. You've got the basics, but the Boyfriend Destroyer sequence is just one piece of the puzzle. If you want the full arsenal, the mind-controlled tactics that take you from good to unstoppable, you need Shogun Method. This is where masculine men go to master emotional and psychological control, to dominate relationships on their own terms. To level up your game, visit thefractionation.org now. Join us in the Shogun Method community and we'll welcome you like a long-lost brother. Join the Shogun Method revolution.